Good afternoon, class. I am Christian Peralta, and today we're gonna talk about formalization of structure. So sit back and listen attentively because at the end of this video, you will have a short quiz. So before we proceed to our full discussion, I am expecting you to be able to explain the formalization of its structure by Hoy and Sweetland, its positive and negative consequences, compare and describe formalization and centralization by Paul Adler and Brian Burris, and enumerate and discuss the importance of mindful schools by Wake and Sutcliffe. So without further ado, let us learn as one. Let's start with formalization of structure by Hoy and Sweetland. Hoy and Sweetland propose an enabling, hindering continuum to examine the structure of schools, suggesting that it is the kind of structure rather than the amount of the structure. And this is important in explaining the positive and negative consequences of structure. Organizational research depicts two conflicting views of the human outcomes of bureaucracy. On negative side suggests bureaucracy alienates, fosters dissatisfaction, stifles creativity, and demotivates employees. On positive side suggests bureaucracy provides needed guidance, clarifies responsibility, reduces rule stress, and helps individuals feel and be more effective. How can these two views be recognized and solved then? Paul Adler and Brian Burris in 1996 offered a possible solution as they interpret formalization, and they say that there is a close relationship between formalization and centralization. When we say formalization, it is a system of written rules, regulations, procedures, and instructions, whereas enabling formalization are set of procedures that help employees deal more effectively with inevitable problems, and coercive formalization are set of procedures that punishes and attempts to force reluctant subordinates to comply. Meanwhile, centralization referred to as the hierarchy of authority, whereas enabling centralization helps to solve problems. It's flexible, cooperative, and collaborative rather than rigid, autocratic, and controlling. And hindering centralization gets in the way rather than help to solve problems. The hierarchy obstructs innovation and use power to control. Now, we proceed to structure in schools. And we have this what we call enabling and hindering too. First stop, we have enabling the school culture. So, a hierarchy that helps rather than hinders. It is a system of rules and regulations that guides problem solving rather than punishes failure. So in here, for example, principals and teachers work cooperatively across recognized authority boundaries while retaining their distinctive roles. Next is hindering school culture, which means a hierarchy that impedes and a system of rules and regulations that is coercive. In here, the basic objective of hierarchy is discipline and compliance of teachers, wherein behavior is tightly managed and strictly controlled. So as you can see in the table, you could easily identify the difference of the two types of school structure. In enabling, it's more on positive and free environment, making something possible and easier work towards progress, while on the other hand, hindering school structure it creates difficulties which results to delay and obstruction, meaning preventing progress. Alright, we now move on to mindful schools, which was introduced by Wake and Sutcliffe in 2001 as they studied high reliability organizations. They found 5 processes that promoted mindfulness in organizations. First is focus on failure, meaning there is continuity for school administrators to continuously scan for problems or seek to eliminate small problems before they become big ones. Second is reluctance to accept simplifications. The goal is to simplify less and see more, meaning to say, do not just accept simplistic solutions for complex issues. And the third one is sensitivity to basic operations, meaning there is constant concern for the unexpected, because organizational surprises are not unexpected, they are inevitable. In other words, expect the unexpected, but remember what is vital to keep schools operating. Fourth one, we have commitment to resilience. Mindful schools have knowledge of detecting and bouncing back from mistakes, because there is no amount of anticipation prevents other mistakes or surprises. And lastly, we have deference to expertise. It simply pertains to match expertise with problems and encourage a fluid decision-making system or process. So it must be experience over status. So all in all, understanding the structure of an organization plays a vital role in laying the blueprint for how a schools will be managed and organized. It provides a well-defined framework that outlines the roles and responsibilities of each employee in a particular school. It shows how each employee interacts and works with one another in achieving the goals of a school. In other words, organizational structure is a reflection of the working relationships that govern the workflow of the school. It has a profound effect on a company's structural dimension, which includes formalization, decentralization, and the hierarchy. Alright, get ready for your 5-item short quiz. So, you may choose the letter of the correct answer and type in your answer in the comment box.